Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening. Hello, Mel. Hello, Ange. How is everyone doing? Welcome. It's Thursday, September 16th, a few minutes after 2:30. Welcome to yet another weekly edition of readings by me. My name's Amy. I go by the Mystic Rose Tarot. So I think I have a feeling today's going to be a little slow. There doesn't seem to be too much activity I'm seeing here on YouTube. So let's see how today goes. This is going to be my last week of reading with nature and animal inspired decks. So I've been doing this for the last 2 months. And I want to, in honor of Mabon and the start of the new season, the autumn equinox next week, I'm going to start putting my animal and nature-inspired decks. Hi, Alexi. How are you? I'm going to start putting my animal and nature-inspired decks back into their boxes, into their bags to hibernate until next spring, summer, unless one of the decks, and I have a feeling which deck it could be, decides to speak out to me over the season. So this will be the last for animal nature inspired deck readings. And the next week, I'm going to move back into the astrology influences of my readings and integrating the planets, the signs, the houses, and some of the readings that I do. And also I am going to try and do something different because I know quite a few readers, tarot readers, but primarily astrologer readers, that they do weekly readings. They do monthly readings for the signs. So I'm working on that right now. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that because there's 12 signs. That means there's going to be 12 readings that I have to do. And I need to try and do that in under 30 minutes. So I'll figure that out. So I won't introduce that part until a few weeks later, until I could find a comfort zone for doing those kinds of readings with the tarot. So these aren't going to be readings that are chart readings. These are going to be readings done through specific tarot decks as guides for specific signs and throwing influence of the planet placements and the house placements, just so I could still continue to work with that kind of medium, so I could still incorporate it into my practice and keep those keep all that information of the signs and planets and houses fresh for me. Because if I stop, I'm going to move away a little bit from it. Hi, Lady K. And I don't want to do that. So I took my break from the astrological deck and reading, so now I'm going to do a little bit of a twist. Also, I want to start doing some videos. I did a long one. It's in my playlist of the relationships of the planets and the signs in the major arcana. I did one long video, but I want to focus specifically on on planets. I've got the 10 planets, 7 traditional, and then the 3 outer planets, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. I want to address those planets in relation to specific signs and just kind of talk briefly about that. So I'll do that in the coming weeks. So my content's going to be a little bit more astrological influence, but I'm going to still have the tarot with me. I just need to keep that knowledge and that information that I've received through astrology into the tarot. I want to keep it going. I want to keep it fresh because I'm getting older. And, there's so much information that's out there. I don't want to lose it. So I think these little breaks from certain methods and certain systems is good, but then I need to return back to it so I don't forget, and that could keep that all that information fresh. So that's what I'm planning for the next few weeks when it comes to my readings. I'm going to miss my animal decks, but they're still here with me, and I need to. Hi, Milla. I need to. Okay, good. I have it here. So I'm coming out with 4 decks today. I did quite a lot with the Nature Spirit Tarot. I have it boxed, but if I feel drawn to it, I may read with it. So the 3 decks that I'm going to be winding this week off for readings is the Forest of Enchantment, Oak, Ash, and Thorn. A lot of you have already seen these decks, and the Wildwood Tarot. And then I'm going to do the Animal Spirit by Kim Krantz, the Animal Spirit Oracle deck, and that I will provide as a guiding card for the readings that I do today. So let me catch up a little bit on the chat. Thank you everyone for coming in. I have a feeling it's going to be slow, so we'll see how it goes. Let me think. Any other announcements, and then I'll look at the chat. Yes, I'm going to post it later this evening, my time in the evening. Tomorrow morning, you'll probably see it. On Sunday, September 19th, I'm going to be doing my Mabon Autumn Equinox discussion, which I do every Sabbath. Every time we go through a seasonal change, I did Lunisod, which was the beginning of the harvest season. Lunisod is one of 3 harvest Sabbaths. Second one is Mabon, which takes place next week on the 22nd. Third one wraps up the harvest season in Samhain. So the Sunday, I'm going to be doing a live, and I have a really special guest that I'm really jazzed about. I'm not going to say who it is, but she is a known author and artist. She has a YouTube channel. She's written quite a few books, and she is practicing witchcraft for over 20, 30 years, I believe. And I approached her to having her as a guest, and she's going to be my lead for this Sunday for Mabon. So I'm not going to do Mabon on the 22nd because it falls on a weekday. So I decided to do my Mabon discussion, and then I'm going to do a meditation reading after I have my discussion with my guest, and I'm going to share that reading afterwards. So it's going to probably be a long one, and that'll be at 5:30 this Sunday, and you'll see who the guest will be come later on this evening or tomorrow. So hit the reminder bell, and you'll get all the information. Come with questions that you may have about Mabon, the Wheel of the Year. We're going to talk about the Wheel of the Year, and come and join me and my guest this Sunday at 5:30 for an early prequel for Mabon and the autumn equinox. We'll talk about various traditions and various rituals that can be done during this time of the year. So that'll be this Sunday. Really excited about this. Okay, let me catch up. Yeah, soup season. I don't do stew probably until October. It's cooling down a little bit here, but I want it to feel like in the 60s, that kind of weather. So let me back up. I'm so sorry. Okay, Alexi. So there's a man around you. Can you show me who this is and why? Okay. Hold that thought, Alexi. That's so respectful. Yeah, I mean, we're starting to go into the season of where it's going to start being a little bit more quieter around here regarding the sounds of animals and nature. So I want to transition out from this and start moving more into some my other decks that are just they're patiently waiting here to be used for the autumn equinox into our winter solstice season. So they're right here. And I'm going to be working with these particular decks for the meditation reading on Sunday. Let's see, Angie, hi. Lady K, hi again. Milla, I'm going through this here again. Linda, hi, how are you? Oh, that's fine, Millie. Or Mel. I'm going Millie because I'm seeing Milla. Let's no, Gerald, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Hi, the Disciple 25. How are you? Yes, you may ask a question, but I had Ange, I don't know if you're still here. Ange and Gerald, if you can, I'm looking right now, if you can maybe keep tabs of the questions. When it gets busy right now, it seems to be good, but if you have to leave, that's totally fine. Okay. So Alexi, you said there's a man around you. Can you show me who this is and why? Can you explain what's going on, Alexi? Is this like a presence, or is this like a physical? Thank you, Gerald. And again, Gerald and Mel, if you have to leave, just let me know. I've been able to do this on my own. I don't think it's going to be too busy today. I could be wrong. But thank you both. So Lexi, let me know what's going on, okay? And the Disciple 25 is if I get a job. Is if I'll get a job in earth moving in the coming months. The Disciple 25, just to let you know, I put it in the description, but I know a lot of people, they won't see it, and I put it on my profile. I don't do anything predictive. I don't do predictive readings like, am I going to get this job? Am I going to get married? Am I going to get pregnant? Am I going to pass that test? Am I going to get this specific car? I don't do those kinds of readings. But what I can do is, in the meantime, until I hear back from Alexi, I can work with you with the question, okay? So when it comes to people who ask, and this is for everyone who's watching, when you ask something about, am I going to get this? When is this going to happen? So on and so forth. I want everyone to think, okay, about the goal, the intention of where you want to be, what you want to have. Think about it in such a way as to how you can go about that. So that's the way to phrase the question. How can I go about to getting a specific position? The hows and the what. What do I need to know that can better my chances in completing a goal or getting clarity on a situation? That is the best way to ask questions like that. Keeping in mind where specifically you want to put this energy in. So that's what I mean. I hope it makes sense. Okay. The Disciple 25. So let me know if that makes sense. Let me see here. Alexi, can you give me clarity on what you were asking about this man that's around you? Is it presence? Oh, or Linda. I'm sorry. It's Linda. Let me see here. Linda, did you have a question? I don't. Okay, there's a man around you in spirit. Okay. And you put down that Linda, who is Alashatan. I'm sorry, Alashatan. I don't know if you had a question, Linda. I didn't see. Mel, I see you see that you want to ask for a general reading. I got that as well. Okay. Linda, let me know if you have a question. Okay. All right, Linda. That's fine. You want to ask a question, but not relate to the tarot. Okay. Yeah, Linda, let me go through these readings somewhat quickly. And then just please remind me, because of where my focus is going to be with the readings, just say, hey, remember, I have a question to ask you. Or write it in caps so that I can catch it. Okay, so I'll do Alexi, and then I'll do the Disciple 25. Have I been saying the Discipline 25? Okay, never mind. All right, so Alexi, let me see here. Okay, that's cool, Ange. That's why I wanted to make sure. Thank you. Thank you for your help. Okay, let's see. I just feel Mel energy behind me in my kitchen. Okay, so what I'll do, Alexi, is, okay. I just see it because it's in small letters, the Disciple 25. I thought maybe I was saying the Discipline as well. It's fine. Okay. All right. So Alexi, for everyone who wants to have a reading, I'm going to do what I did last week, especially as we're closing off for the session of readings with the animal and nature. We're closing off this kind of energy. I want people to select the decks that they want, or the deck they want me to read for them. Okay. So Alexi, so everyone again who wants readings, start looking at what deck you may want to work with. Alexi, do you want me to work with this one? And again, many of you know what these decks are. Do you want me to work with this one, Alexi? Okay, that's our middle. Or this one. Okay. So let me know which one, the decks of the three you want me to work with, and we'll look into that energy and see what's being. The third one, Alexi? Okay. All right, let's see. Put this here. Okay. And for those who are new, welcome for coming in and hanging out, taking part in the conversation here. I try to go through my readings quick, but it's virtually impossible. I get so much information from my readings, so I tend to spend some time on it. I'll do what I can to speed it up. Okay, so Lexi, let's see the smell energy. Thank you, Ange. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, here we go, Alexi. Okay, bear with me, Alexi. Okay. If there's a moment of silence while I'm doing a reading, it's because I'm pulling energy from the cards here. Okay. Okay, so Alexi, hello, Marina Bartola. How are you? Bartula. Thank you for joining. All righty. So, Alexi, the cards that I pulled, I have 2 cards, Major Arcana, and 1 card that is Court card. Each of these cards have strong energy in them, okay? Hi, Jezebel, how are you? First card I pulled for you. I have the King of Stones, also King of Pentacles and the RWS. I have the Wolf. This is a very interesting reading. Okay, so we have the Wolf, very, very primitive energy, but also very intuitive. I'm just as I'm holding this card right now for you, Alexi. I'm transfixed to these cards here. You'll see why. There's some protective energy, but also I can feel that whatever this presence is, there is a reason that this presence is here. I feel it's more protective, and also in time that there is a message, there's something communicative that will be present to you. But this person is very, very attuned with the nocturnal side, like comes out at night activity. In that sense, like you feel I want to say you feel the energy more at night than in the daytime. And there's some communication that is coming through this in some form. Okay, the second card I have here for you is, and again, I'll take a look at the chats after I'm done with the reading. Okay, so this is the Guardian. This is the Wildwood Tarot. And and with this card here, the Guardian, it's associated with the Death card. So it's something of transition. It's also a time of release, letting go. And I always make reference to this card as getting down to the roots, to the bones, shedding everything, like the karma, all of that energy is past, is let go. But I'm feeling too, Alexi, that this person wants someone to talk to, this energy. It's nothing to be scared of. I don't feel this person wants any harm, to do any harm, or the energy. I don't want to personify this, even though you said that you feel it's a male presence. But this person wants to communicate, maybe make amends, maybe make peace with you or to you. But this energy is one that needs to be listened to and communicated with. Very strong cards here. The third card is, this is the Archer. And I have to take a minute. This card here is our bridge card. This is the force of energy that connects the energy of the wolf and the guardian, the letting go, the release, the need to move on, the protectiveness. This is the only word that comes to me when I see this card right now is protection. Here with the archer, I'm feeling this is something very important. Whenever we see, especially in certain decks, the arrows and someone who is being active and connecting with this energy force. This is 7 is attuned with the chariot, but this energy doesn't move me in the chariot realm. This is someone who is taking direct action, focusing on something that is very important. And needs to, and it has this very strong will to make sure that whatever action is taken is done appropriately. It's strange. I can't let go of this card. There's nothing to fear with this at all, with this presence, again, like I said, but there's something very important that needs to be directed to you. And again, I feel it's a release. This presence needs to communicate and has something to say to you. I don't know what it is, but it's of great importance. And this person will make sure that nothing bad will happen to you. I get a strong sense of protection. And this is coming more from the King of Stones. The presence has a high intuitive connection. Yeah, this reading is just, it happens on the odd occasion where the energy of a card or cards comes so strong. I mean, look at these 2 cards. I almost feel like this energy that you're around, this male energy, is protecting you. I'm saying this, I know, again, it wants to protect you because it has something important to say to you. Keeps going in my head, and you have to listen. Okay, so just be mindful, Lexi, of energy that's around you, any activity that's going around. I think when you feel that there's a presence around you, and especially with this reading where there's something that's trying to be conveyed to you, pay attention to signs. Just look for things that may be happening around your environment. Nothing to be scared of, okay? I feel there's nothing to be fearful of, okay? But I have a strong sense of protection here, okay? So just be aware, okay, of any shifts that happen, and just be mindful of this energy. These 2 in particular, okay? Because this is the release, the letting go, the intuitive side of this energy, primal instincts, okay? Nothing ominous, but just watch for signs. And again, I feel this is something very important. Very important. Okay. This is a beautiful message, but a very strong one. So it's, I almost want to leave these cards right here on the table, just so I can look at it. The energy is very strong. Hello, Irene. How are you? Let me go back here to what you were saying, Alexi. And also, while in my kitchen, I felt him stand over me in height. Okay. Yeah, Jezebel, about the wolf, but alone crying out. That's what I'm saying. I feel that there's a message. This energy wants to express itself to you. I don't know what it is, but just pay attention. Look for signs. I've also seen a woman clear as day, the light was white, and then she stepped through the orb. Wow. Okay. You have some activity going on around you. And when you pick up the clairaudience, if you hear anything, the clairvoyance, like you've already seen these energies, especially when they just come up out of nowhere. Something just to pay attention to. I came across a statement that when things happen out of the ordinary, it's there for a reason. There's a reason why these forces, coincidences, incidences, activities, events happen. Okay. We can question it, but they're there for a reason. They're there for us to learn, to listen, and to grow from. I moved here and a man showed himself to me and said, "Death," to me. Okay. We all know about the word death. Okay. Or for those who hear the word death, it's going to be one or two things. But death is the primary meaning of death is change and transitioning and letting go. And that can come in many manifestations as the physical passing of someone, the physical shedding of one aspect of who we are, the release, the death. Death is not an ending. Death is like the 10 in the minor arcana. The world card. We're beginning another chapter. Whether we're living or we've passed on, we're moving on to another phase. Constantly recycling, we're constantly moving forward, we're evolving. Let's see here. Okay. Hi, Irene. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with the chats. Hi, Nancy. How are you? Spring austere around the corner. Days are beautiful. Yes. So inspiring the different times. Yes. So happy spring to you next week. While we, obviously start heading towards fall. I've already seen a few posts of people in Australia. They're hitting the beaches and they're taking advantage of, the weather that's warming up. So you made it. You made it through winter, Irene, and everyone else who may be watching from the Southern Hemisphere. Let's see here. Oh, totally fine, Nancy. Like I said, I'm changing up the schedule Wednesday, Thursday. Next week, I still don't know what day it is. It won't be next Wednesday because of Maybon. And so that'll be my day to do my own practice for paying homage for Maybon and the autumn equinox. Okay. Let's see here. I know I got some some questions here. A lot of it, the woman showed herself. It was the light, not out of dark, out of my energy. Felt like pulling my feet towards her, and she was pure light. Yeah. The connection that you have, Alexi, to these kinds of forces, obviously it's going to vary. Also, you should take note. Remember I was saying about signs? You should start journaling and start looking for patterns, like the time of day that these presents are showing up, the kind of activity that you're feeling from them. Just monitor these things, because when you're feeling energies that's shifting, but you're seeing it on a regular basis or feeling it on a regular basis, a few times a week or a few times a month, watch and see the pattern and see what's going on. Because maybe in that pattern, you could start piecing together what could be happening. Let's see. He was tall, standing by the wall, and yelled it out to me, and I was taken aback by it. Oh, you're in New Zealand, the Disciple 25. Happy spring around the corner. Okay, Alexia, I've been diagnosed with anaphylaxis from moving here, and it's on my environment. That's okay. Very strange, everything since moving here. Where did you move to, Alexi? You could just say the country, or if it's a particular state. I have it all showed up on my phone. It's pink light. Wow. Wow. Alexi, I don't know if you do the tarot or what the state of your okay, thank you, Angie. New York by the woods. You know what? You research the area. Research your area. And again, what I was saying is, I don't know if you have a spiritual practice of some sort. I'm guessing you do because of your connection to what you're experiencing right now. You may want to, if you feel comfortable, do a reading, even though I just did a reading for you. If you feel like you want to cleanse the house, feel free to do so. But again, I feel there's a message that needs to be stated. And so, but as soon as, if you start feeling like the energy's becoming threatening and whatnot, just be careful with that. Okay. I feel presence. It's very rare, but I sometimes feel presence in certain people's environments, whether it's personal or not. So it's, you have to be grounded. Okay. And maybe to suggest, maybe put some protective. I did say that these souls seem like they want to protect you, or this energy. Maybe put some crystals, put some protection around you as well. Okay. Just as an extra added method, because these are energy forces that you've never experienced before, even though what came in the reading showed that it's nothing. I feel through the cards, from what I was interpreting, that it's nothing threatening, but you never know. Okay, so just watch out for that. Okay, thank you, Ange. Thank you for cracking the whip for me. Let's see, it's not high in these. Okay, I'm going through the chat really quickly. Doing now. Yes, just put that added protection, And then if it escalates in some other form, that's where you have to start looking into some maybe more evasive means so that no harm is done to you, your children, or anything in that nature in your environment. Okay. Let me know, Alexi, okay, how things come along. Okay. Thank you, Alexi. Hang out here as always. For those who are watching, my name's Amy, known as Mystic Rose Tarot. If you have a reading, I have, if you look at the names that are highlighted in blue, these are moderators that are kind enough to take some time to kind of help me keep track with the readings and to watch out for any negative comments or internet critters that may come in and try to dissuade things. So if you have a question, nothing predictive, please. Think of your question in the realm of what and how. And so by keeping those two words in mind when thinking about your question, you're putting yourself in the position of power. Okay. So if it's regarding a certain job situation, relationship, you personally ask the question like, what can I do and how can I go about? Those are the key words to keep in mind. And I have a video on my profile that explains how to phrase questions and not to do anything in the predictive realm. Okay. Let's see. Alexi, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Mel. I got to move this because the chat keeps scrolling downward. I'm going to start a money jar for the 9 and 10 of swords. They show up all in all my readings again. Thank you, Alexi. Appreciate it. Peace. Okay. Thank you, Ange, for that. Thank you. So Woolly Hermit, what is the question? Let me know. Oh, I believe I had Disciple 25. Okay, all good, Nancy. General. Okay. Okay, thank you. Disciple 25. That's what I was just going to ask. It's like, was it Mel or the Disciple 25? So Disciple 25. Hi, Jonathan. Aloha. Happy belated birthday, everyone. Jonathan recently had a birthday, so happy birthday. I hope it was a good one, Jonathan. Okay, so to reword my question, how can I go about getting into? Yes. So that's a perfect way. So when you change the wording of your inquiry, it allows you to take it from your own perspective, like what can I do? What needs to be manifested? How can I go about making this happen? Okay, so Disciple 25. Oh, happy belated birthday, Ange. I think I remember that, and I forgot. Happy belated birthday. That's right, Ange. Everyone, all the Virgos, happy belated birthday. Disciple 25. I have 3 decks here. You let me know which one you would like me to read from. This one. This is from Forest of Enchantment. This is Oak, Ash, and Thorn. You don't have to say the names. You could say either the first, second, third one, or the green, white, or this is actually like a darker green deck. or this one, which is the Wildwood Tarot. There we go. So you let me know, Disciple 25, the Disciple 25. You did 3 labyrinths in 2 days. Oh, wonderful. The second one you want? Okay, you got it. Oh, that must have been, I can't even explain how that must have felt to do I saw the link that you gave me earlier this year, Jonathan, about looking at the labyrinths out in Maui. That looks amazing. So that definitely had to be such an awakening experience on your birthday. Good for you. I think we all would like walking in a labyrinth, right? I haven't done one. I have not done like a large one. I've done man-made ones, smaller ones, but. And Mel, that's right. Wow. Virgos. Yes, Virgos in the house. Aya Al Nasir. Hello, welcome. Thank you. Of course. Aya, there's a queue of people, so if you can wait, I'm more than happy to do your reading, but it may take a little bit of time because I do spend some time with the readings. So I have Ange, I have Gerald, I have Nancy. They're all marked in blue. They're the ones that watch the chat for me while I do readings, and they help me organize. So if you can hang tight, I appreciate that. So right now I'm working with one reading for, oh, you want the white one? Okay, sorry. Let's do this one. I'm sorry, the Disciple 25. So I thought there was a third one. Okay, let me shuffle this one for you. Okay, sounds wonderful. Thank you, Aya. Linda, go Virgos, yes. I have Virgo in my 6th house, 2 planets in Virgo in the 6th house. So this month has been good. We move into Libra next Wednesday, autumn equinox. Okay. All right, one more shuffle for you. Disciple 25. Okay, all right. I got it, Ange. Okay, here we go. Okay, so how Disciple 25 should go about towards this specific job position. Moving. Okay. So again, I'll look at the chat later after I'm done doing the readings. I opened my mouth too soon. It's busy now. One more. Which is fine. I love this. Um, let's see, I need to go back to, excuse me. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm scrolling up so that I don't miss. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna refer to you as Disciple 25. For some reason, I can't say the Disciple 25. The Disciple 25. First card I got for you, okay, is the Strength card. Okay. So you mentioned that you're interested working as in the job position of doing earth moving work. So we know that position does involve a lot of work. But with this particular card here of strength, and the other cards that I have here, this is our major arcana. The other cards I have is one of water influence and one of fire. You want this job. There is some connection that you have when it comes to working with the environment that I feel that that helps you feel that you are making a difference. And taking this position is something that is very special for you. I feel when going into this position and moving to try to get a role in this position, okay, keep in mind the work that's involved. It is a lot of work, but you will have the support. When you're doing that kind of work, it's obviously a team effort. And so everyone should be supportive of each other. So everyone is thinking and working together on the same page. And so I feel the support from others when moving towards this job position that you're interested in is very important. So what I'm saying here is make sure that where you are applying, that it's going to be something where everyone is working together. Okay. Everyone can aim for the same outcome. Okay. And we have different energies here. So there's going to be a different array of personalities in that particular environment. So, but they all will have their own strengths. Okay. So you may have some people who have different goals when it comes to working in that environment. But they have to be supportive of each other. I don't know if that makes sense or not. You can go into a job situation and people are just there just to do their role and no one else matters. In this case, I feel this is a group effort in this position. So make sure, and it's kind of hard to tell because you don't know who you're going to be working with, but ideally it's good to be in an environment where everyone is working together as a team. Second card I got here for you is the Eight of Wands. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of movement in this position. And as you go to achieve this, right now, what I'm feeling is that make it known that you want to have this job. It's very important for you. It benefits you and it benefits what's needed to be done. So it goes both ways. But with the Eight of Wands, I think you want to be in a position where there's a lot going on. There's a lot happening. You like that productivity because you start seeing an outcome. You work in an environment and you're seeing the progress. And that's something, again, that is beneficial to you. It's not like you're working in an office and you're doing paperwork, you're taking phone calls, you're doing the orders and that's it. You're not really seeing the outcome of your position in situations like that. You're just part of the process, which is important. Your role as someone who does admin work or answering phones is important. But when you're doing work like for earth moving work or the environment, you're seeing like construction workers, they're seeing their work being done. What's different with that is it depends on how much love they have and what they're doing and taking great pride in that position that they have and seeing the outcome. Here, I feel you do. The third card that I have here, this is the connection card between the support group of those around you in the work environment, and this energy of keeping busy and seeing the progression of what work has been done. There may be some setbacks, but you still keep moving forward. That's what we see here. There's still more work to be done. The card that I have that connects those two cards is the Six of Cups. So with this position of the Six of Cups as the bridge card, this is also showing that emotionally satisfying this position, because this almost puts you in a position of power. Let's go back to the Strength card. Okay, this earth moving position is a big job, and it can also feel a little bit powerful because you are literally shifting the earth. You're changing, you're changing the perspective of this certain piece of land that you're working on. You're shape shifting it to make space for something else, whether it's a home, building, or just having to clear off lot. You're seeing that, and emotionally, it's something very unique for you. And I feel by moving into this position, it's something that I feel will pleasantly surprise you because of how much you are enjoying this. So regarding the how and the what to approach this, pursue this position. Let whoever you're working with know that this is important for you. Money is part of it, but I think too, this is a job that I feel that you will be very, very happy with, because it is going to be something different than you normally do, or that you have done. I think when someone is looking for a new job and they keep doing the same thing over and over again, the monotony, you need to stop it. You need to put an end, find something that's challenging for you, something that's different, something that pulls you out of your normal environment, and just move into something that changes the way that you've normally see things in a different perspective. Yeah, it's something I'd rather do than being in an office job. Yeah, there's some people who are just not suited to do office work. I'm definitely one of them, but I don't mind a little bit, but I can't do that. I'm too active of a person. So I feel with this job, pursue it, because I feel that what you are investing in, the support group that you may find by working in this environment, may be pleasantly surprising for you. It could lead to something that further that you were not expecting. Okay. And so here it's connecting with people, and just there's a lot of teamwork. There's a lot of teamwork effort that I'm seeing here. Different personalities, different emotional perspectives towards things, but ultimately you get to see the outcome of what you're doing. And I think that's very satisfying. It may not be your own project, but you're still part of it. So that's how I'm feeling with this. So listen to your heart. Okay, Disciple 25, listen with your heart. And I feel by doing this will be something that, again, will be satisfying to you. and pleasantly surprising. Okay. I hope that makes sense in its own way. In its own way. You're welcome. You're so welcome, the Disciple 25. I hope that makes sense, okay? Because you're not in that position as of yet, but with the cards here, it feels like it's an experience that could work out for you, very unexpectedly. Okay. So just remember, strength card, okay, the support group of others, the benefits of seeing everything happening, and there's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of stuff going on, but this is something of where you will enjoy being and something that you can manage easily. And then the Six of Cups, emotionally, just that surprise, and also may make you feel a little bit like a kid, when playing in the dirt and all that. I think that's where that fun, that satisfying side will probably come into play. Okay. Thank you, Ange. It's okay if they call me Rose. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so I have here. Yes. So the Disciple 25, let us know how it works out for you. If it's not that job, you could still apply this interpretation into what you're looking for. But make sure, like I said, it comes from the heart. It has to feel like this is something that you're going to enjoy making that investment in. It's very important. Okay. Reading queue in order. Thank you, Ange. Okay, Wooly, then I have Linda, Marina, and then Aya. Okay, I saw some Arabic here, so I'm not even ask. Okay, Mel, step up. What's the question that you have, Mel? I picked the deck. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Let's honor myself for picking the deck during the month of Virgo, where everything is decisive, precise, analytical. Okay. What deck would I pick for Woolly Hermit? I'm torn between these two. I'm going to do Forest of Enchantment because that hasn't been read with, and it was a toss-up between that one and the Wildwood Tarot. Okay, so let's explore with some of the fairy tale aspects of the Forest of Enchantment. Oops. Okay, give me 1 minute. You want a general reading? Okay. Okay, so Mel, this is the Forest of Enchantment. And everyone who's watching, thank you for listening, staring at the screen, taking part in the chat, communicating with everyone, saying hello, making friends. Thank you. For those who want a reading, feel free to post your question. I do have moderators here. If you'd like to leave a donation, if you felt the reading resonated with you or was of great guidance for you, feel free to leave a donation. There's no pressure, but it is appreciated. All the information's in the description. It's through PayPal, and it's via my email address. So you can go there And I think Ange put up the information earlier. Oops. To leave a donation. If not, feel free to subscribe. Let people know about this channel. I do readings once a week. I'm also putting out content of various metaphysical topics, from meditation to tarot readings to astrology, chakras, witchcraft, things along those lines. So I'm keeping the content too. Okay. Alrighty, here we go. Mel, general reading. What's going on with Mel? What does Mel need to know? I decided to stop closing my eyes when I shuffle. Just want to shuffle. Okay. For Mel, Woolly Hermit. This deck is already getting nicked on the corners. I don't want to edge the deck. All right. So Mel, first card that I have here for you is Three of Visions. Okay. So just to point out, with the Force of Enchantment, the suits have been renamed. So Visions is cups. I have two cards that are cups, water oriented. This is for water. And then I have one card which is in the element of wands, and the wands have been renamed as spells. So here, the Three of Visions. We see camaraderie here, engagement with other people. This is what makes you happy, connecting with people, emotionally exchanging feelings, being open with each other. And this is something that, this is for present right now. This is something that is keeping you where you need to be, keeping things light, but also open and honest, and also trust in this card. Continue to surround yourself with this kind of energy, Mel. Okay, keep it light. It can also come in the form of animals. I know we exchanged information about the importance of animals, having that connection, having that companionship that is supportive to us in so many ways, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Okay. And just take a look. When I show these cards to people, just take a look at the energy that's coming from the cards, the mood, if it's heavy, if it's dark, if it's light, playful, if it's complacent. That sets the tone for what's going on as well. Second card that I have here, Mel, is, now this is for wands. So we have here Five of Spells, Five of Wands. So with this placement here, I like the playfulness of it. Okay. This is the self. The wand is our energy, our creative energy, how we direct it. But here, let's kind of be careful. We have this playfulness, okay? We're just letting loose. but also we need to be mindful too how we use this energy. Let's not be frivolous with it, because when you're working towards an intention, when you're working towards a goal, we need to make sure that it is being directed. There'll be moments that, we throw these energies out, and it's going to be hit or miss, when it comes for looking for work or working on a project. Let's honor the last week of Virgo. Let's start putting things a little bit more into a set direction. Let's put things a little bit more into a perspective of how we're going to use this energy. Okay, I'm going to move closely here so you could see how the individual is directing this energy. It's like one leads to another. Here it looks like it fell, that it was not used properly. Here, person is being, or the energy is being complacent, sort of like, okay, where do I go with this energy? There are all these different processes. So if you are working on something, or you have a direction, be aware of how and where you want this energy to go to. Third card that I have for you. Okay, and this is also related to cups. So this is the Ace of Visions. So this is the card that links the Three of Visions, and the Five of Spells, or Five of Wands. Okay, so we want more direction with our energy, something more honed in as to where we want our intentions to go in. Keep this support group going, whatever it is, whoever it is. I think being surrounded by this form of energy and being open will allow you to get a better idea as to where you want to go with your intentions, wherever you want to work towards. So with the Ace of Visions, to get to this place, so we could get things more organized and more in order, let's see things in a different perspective, okay? We have the communal support, emotional support. What needs to be done differently, Mel? Okay. What do you feel that you can do to work and move towards a specific direction? It has to come from here, okay? So you have the support group of people that you know, could be animals that are inspiring you. You got that inspiration. Got this, yeah, I'm ready to go. I don't know where to go, but I'm ready to go. This is something to consider here with the Ace of Visions. Let's bring down the excitement a little bit, and let's stay a little bit focused, okay? So that we don't have all this, this takes time when you're moving all of this energy around. It's quick, but you want to make use of your time. Okay? So look at the activity, look at the shift in the activity. Okay? You see this here? Look at all this activity going on, okay? And then this is you. You have all that support around you, but let's go in and let's find exactly what is of importance and where you want to move towards in your intention. And also I'm going to flip it around. You see the difference? Okay. And the swan is of beauty, of grace. It's the best way to approach it. Dignified. It's wearing a crown. Okay, this is the reflection. Oops. Okay, this is the upright. So this is our conscious. This is where we are right now. Flip this around. Ideally, this is our outcome. And also the necklace. So we start being open. We start welcoming those opportunities that could benefit us or benefit you in the best way possible. I feel this is a woolly hermit reading. I just by looking at your channel and when you comment on some of the discussions and stuff, you're very playful, Mel. You're very playful. You like humor. But there's also that side of you that I feel that's like this. Kind of, you need this moment of reflection, just to kind of, you have all this energy, but you need to take that moment to stop and go, okay, where do I really want to go with this? Okay. Let's see here. I get the message. It's what I needed to hear. Okay. I'm happy it's what you needed to hear, not what you wanted to hear. Because I never tell anybody what they want to hear. I wouldn't want to hear what I want to hear. I want to hear what I need to hear. Let's see here. You are so welcome, Mel. I think it makes sense to you. So I'm not going to ask if it makes sense because I think it does. I think you know. Okay. Let's see. You're welcome again, Mel. Linda, are you ready? You had a question, though. I think you said it wasn't involving the tarot. I think. No, it's totally fine, Linda. I think you said you just had a question to ask me, but not a reading, correct? Let me know. And then Marina, if you're still here, after I speak to Linda, you're next in the queue. And Ange, thank you again for helping me keep track. So Marina, start thinking what your question is. Again, it should be in the realm of what and how. So what you can do about the situation in the question form and how you can go about it, okay? What and how are two different things. What is just putting your question into perspective, and the how is taking that question from perspective and putting it into active action, how to make it, how to manifest it. Okay, Jonathan, thank you for popping in and just listening. Have a wonderful birthday, okay? Appreciate it. Happy birthday. Okay. All right, Marina, excellent. It's a question about life, about something that really affect my personality and how I feel and react to my surroundings. So was it a tarot reading or was it just a question you wanted to ask me? Because I thought I saw earlier saying that it wasn't quite for the tarot. Jonathan. Okay. No, just a question. Okay. Oh, you just want advice from me. Oi. So what's the question? You kind of gave me the background. You said it's about something that really affects my personality and how I feel and react to my surroundings. What's the question? Okay, and I have to put a disclaimer. whatever my opinions are my own. So everyone who's watching, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a psychologist, any of that. So please keep that in mind. When it comes to the readings, these are just guides, okay? Opinions that I have here, they're just my own. So with that being said, if you have any questions to ask that are in line to what Linda's asking, it's my opinions. You cannot come after me and say, she said this, okay? Because it's an opinion. It's not a professional opinion, okay? So Linda, what's the question? Let me know, okay? Let's see, I'm just gonna, okay, let me know, Linda. And Ange, okay, so then I have Marina and then Aya. My question is how I can feel okay with these feelings. I'm a really sensitive person and I don't know how I can live with that because of my sensitivity. These painful feelings are extreme. I feel like I got to do a reading. I feel like I got to do a reading because I don't know you, Linda. Like I haven't met you. Okay. Thank you, Ange. Okay. Well, okay. Ange, I like the way that you brought that up. Yeah, when I've had to learn a lot. And my immediate signs, just astrologically speaking, they're not water signs. They're all they're earth and fire. I do have some water signs, not a whole bunch in my chart, but these particular water signs are placed in areas where my sensitivity level is apparent when I deal with situations. I even had a cousin of mine say that I get too emotional when it comes to animals. I can't help it. Probably in a past life I was an animal or a caregiver to animals. I don't know. So I feel by having that exposure, and I'm an only kid, so sometimes as an only child, you kind of have to prove yourself to people. Not that I cared about proving myself to people, but it's a different dynamic when it comes to taking care of yourself and supporting yourself. So it is hard. It is a lot of work, and you have to learn that you are the most important person. I've mentioned this a few times, and it's a hard thing for people to hear and to accept, but you are the most important person, more so than your mother, your father, your husband, your son, your daughter. And that was stated to me by a yoga teacher who was healing from a traumatic event that happened to her. And it took her such a long time to get to that realization that her own well-being, mentally, physically, so on and so forth, is the most important. Because your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, your son, your husband, all of these support groups cannot provide all of that healing. No one else can heal you except you. Okay? There are people who use deities as guides, as forms of healing, but ultimately, you're the vessel. You're the one that's taking care of yourself. Yes, I just saw your comment. It is easier said than done. I know that. And it's an ongoing process, but if you apply what you need, if you care for yourself that much, that if you feel emotionally things are so challenging, if you care for yourself that much, you're going to do what you can to make sure that you can do the best you can to keep yourself sound and balance. And that means putting yourself first. Now, that may come across hard because I am an only kid. And again, it's me. You know, I'm talking from the perspective of one person. And it can be hard, but just for advice with no cards aside, you know, with no cards in the reading, that's me. That's how I would personally approach it. Okay. You're a different individual, just as and Gerald, Nancy, everyone else here, we have different approaches. But ultimately, if you want to create that stability that you need to get grounded and balanced, you yourself is the only person that can make that happen. Again, if you care for yourself, for your well-being that much, you will find a way to make that happen because you are the most important person at this moment than anyone else. Okay. So apologies if this was too hard or direct, but that's how I've had to learn it and work through it. And it's going to be like this to, you know, for most of us, it's going to be like this to our dying breath, our last breath. But if we can manage and do what we can to get some form of stability, we can do it. Be hard on yourself. Be hard on yourself in a positive way, not in a negative way. Okay. And I catch myself. Sometimes it's like, God, I wish I had someone here to kick my butt for certain things, but, I can't call or ask someone to come over here and help me. People have other lives. You got to learn how to do it yourself. Okay, let me see. That was a long one. I hope I did not offend anyone. This is, again, my own personal opinion based on my experience. And it's something that I stand by, and I continually have to work on maintaining it. Okay. I have great days, and I don't have some great days, and I have to manage through it. You're Pisces. Okay, of course. Okay. Pisces, we live in that realm of the subconscious. It's very comfortable there. Facing reality is something that when it gets thrown to you, you sometimes, for the most part, you don't want to deal with it. You want to deal with it not in the reality realm. You want to deal with it here inside, where it's comfortable, where it's safe, where no one from outside can come in and say otherwise. Why aren't you doing this? We're responsible for our own actions. And Pisces, I know, is aware of that, but they keep it to themselves. Oh, you're Virgo. Okay. I'm overlapping. Well, Virgo, yeah, think too much. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's do a reading. Let's do a reading. I'll just do it really quickly, Linda, since everyone is feeling the draw to do a reading. So I will follow suit with that. Okay. And I know I'm going through this for so long. Took me 60 years to learn that. Yeah, I mean, we learn late in life sometimes about certain experiences we have. Hi, Selen. Okay, so Linda, really quick. Okay, you tell me which deck to read from. I'm going to do this quickly since I spent quite a bit of time. Would you like a reading from this deck? And just let me know if you want a reading or no. If you want to pass, that's fine. This one? Okay. Or this one? Okay, so let me know. I have a friend who's Virgo. His birthday's next week, and his moon's in Pisces. So since I know him, I see those attributes. You want the first one? Okay. So I see those attributes of he has quite a bit of earth in his chart. But then I could see the moon aspect, the moon in Pisces, which he is very adamant about. He goes, "No, I'm moon in Pisces." And it's like, okay. He is moon in Pisces. Okay, so let's see here with your energy, Linda. I'm going to make this very quick because I do have Marina and then Aya next in queue. Let's see what we're going to get. All righty. Linda. Okay, this is again from the Forest of Enchantment. 4 o'clock. Okay, so you have one major arcana card, and the other 2 cards I have here actually is pretty interesting because it seems to reflect our conversation that we're having here. One in the realm of swords, air element, and then one of earth, the boons. Okay, so really quick, I'll do this in about a few minutes. First card I got here for you, Linda, is, look at this card. This is the Green Mother, also the Empress. So nurturing, taking care of the environment, taking care of themselves. The Green Mother or the Green Mother Empress is someone who has all of that energy. And this I feel into is your guiding card right off the bat. Someone who's compassionate and intuitive and sensitive to the environment, obviously, and the energies that are around them, but also maintaining it, not letting the emotions get the best of that individual to a point to where it can actually dampen and weaken that energy. The Green Mother is someone that we look up to for sustenance of taking care of oneself and listening to other people, listening to yourselves, but not getting so wrapped up into it. And this is ruled by Venus. So Venus has the beauty, the naturalness of things. Second card I have here for you. This is our underlying issue. The Nine of Boons relating to the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So here we're seeing a surrounding of abundance of wealth. Doesn't necessarily have to be material. This can also be how we ideally would like to feel. We would like to feel complete. We like to feel that there is comfort within ourselves. That may come through outside sources. You know, sometimes people need to be surrounded by material things just to make them feel good. But we have to be careful with that because material things do disappear. Their value changes over time. They can start losing an appeal. I feel what's important here with the Nine of Boons, the Nine of Pentacles, is having that health and well-being and contentment coming from within. Okay. Maybe putting yourself in an environment, maybe connecting with nature, going outside in a place where you can feel that you can connect to who you are in a physical and also emotional level as well. You want the environment to be inviting and inspiring. Not a lot of activity. Everything should be natural, especially with these two cards here. Because we're dealing with different aspects of Earth. We're dealing here with the natural healing of one's soul. And here we're dealing with more the emotional and the caring aspect that Earth can give to us. Just by being outside and just being aware of what's there. Okay, the other card I have here this is the connecting card. This is the Four of Challenges. This relates to the swords. Okay, so a Four of Swords, Four of Challenges. This is a card of just saying if we keep sticking in that mindset of not moving ahead, being stuck and dealing with the unknown and not moving forward. Okay, things come to a standstill. Okay, Ange, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the extra help. Happy dinner. So here is stillness. We have growth. We see the potential here, but we need to keep this moving, okay? Because if we keep everything at a standstill, swords, there's no movement, everything's frozen in time, this will start wilting, okay? So let's be careful with this energy of thinking. And believe it or not, I think there's a form of being overly connected, okay? We don't want to be, too attached. We need the space. We need the space so that sources that can come in for support can keep this going. Look at the environment here. Okay, it's cold. This could potentially start wilting and going away. And we don't need that because that is of support. So do the healing, do the work, okay? Take the time that you need to address those situations. Be tough on yourself, but also be kind. You'll know when too much is too much. Okay, Linda? All righty. So there you go. These decks have been very kind with their messages today. Very insightful. You're welcome, Linda. You are so welcome. Okay, and that was the Forest of Enchantment deck that I read to you from. Okay, let's see here. So I have, okay, I'm going to look back on the comments here. Okay, Marina, I hope you're still here. Thank you so much for being patient. Marina and then Aya. And then after that, I may take a quick break, use the bathroom, and then I'll come back to continue with any other readings. I've missed some of the conversation here, so my apologies. See here. Yeah, I like, Aya, what you said here. Sometimes you should take what you've been through in the past and just throw it all away. Take lessons. Yeah, don't throw it all away entirely from it. But you have to learn from it. You can't ignore it. You can't ignore the past, because the past is part of where you are right now. You know, you can't negate something that just happened when you're a part of that energy, part of that realm, depending on the circumstances that are going on. Oh, let's see here. I want to ask about love. What's blocking love from entering my life? And what can I do to bring beautiful? Everyone, Marina just did a beautifully stated question. Okay. Everyone's questions were wonderful, but the way it was phrased. Thank you, Marina. So I want to ask about love. What is blocking? So she's asking, she's aware that there is something holding her back. What's blocking love from entering my life? And what can I do, or how can I do to bring love into my life? So she's aware that there is some issues there, and she wants to address it specifically. And that's the best way to phrase a question. And you want the third deck. Okay, you got it, Marina. Let's see. Oh, great. Aya and Linda. Sounds like you guys have been connecting. Again, I've just seen your names pop up, but I'm not following the conversation. So that's wonderful. I tried. I was thinking about the whole time. Excellent. Thank you, Marina. Okay, here we go. Here we are. Okay, so let's see, Marina. Let's see what's going on here. What blocks there could be. I think the Wildwood Tarot, which is the deck that you selected, is going to work very nicely for this reading. I'm very, very pleased with this deck. Alrighty. It's one of the decks I'll be using for the meditation reading on Sunday to welcome in the week of Mabon. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, Marina. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, excuse me a moment. I hope you don't hear my stomach growling. Okay, here we go. Okay. All righty. So Marina, I have 3 cards here. I have 1 card in the element of the cups, dealing with emotions, intuitions, matters of the heart. The other 2 cards I have here are bows, and that's related to fire, wands, energy, creative movement, how we utilize it, and the best way to work with those forces. So the first card I have here for you, Marina, is 10 of Vessels. Sorry, my fingers. I did some wood staining last weekend, and it's taken me days to get the paint off of my fingers. Okay, so here we have 10 of vessels. So got happiness. This placement here relates to the current situation, how, excuse me, how we can go about and what is important to us in this moment. When it comes to matters of the heart, ideally, we want happiness. Here we see an overflowing of happiness. This is where I'm leaning here with you, Marina, that I feel that you have all of this. You have all of this energy, emotional energy that is just wanting to be expressed and shared with a particular partner. Not that you have someone in mind, but just with a partner. And it's a position that you have a lot to offer, but also don't give too much. You can have an overflow of money, overflow of happiness, overflow of sadness and whatnot. You don't want to push too much of that onto the person. But this is how you're feeling right now. You have this energy. You want to express it to other people. And I'm feeling that that to be in a relationship is that outlet for you. It's something that you feel with all this energy that you have, that you can actually, the best source for you feel is through being in a relationship. Okay. Second card that I have here is Two of Wands, or Two of Bows. Okay. Look at the energy in this. Okay. Don't look at my fingers. The energy in this here, we see a lot of movement. Okay. Where do you want? Okay. I think this is where we can sort of focus on blocks. There's an undecisiveness as to where to start manifesting this energy. You have it, okay? I know when it comes to relationships, you don't want to think about, it's part of it, but you don't want to spend time day in, day out thinking, writing down, this is who I'm looking for. This is the way that I would like this energy to move. I think it's best that when it comes to drawing this energy that you like to have, is to let it go. Keep being who you are, but keep in mind for the choices, the decisions, focus more specifically on what you want. Okay. For people who aren't in a relationship but are looking, you could be looking, but what do you want from it? I think that's one of the missing keys when it comes to bringing a relationship, is what do you want from it? Okay. You could say, I want to be in a relationship. Go outside and a stray dog may come to you. It's like those wishes that the three genie gives you. Be specific in what you're looking for. Because if you want a relationship, it could come in any forms. It could come through animal. It could come through maybe a new friendship. What do you want? What specifically? And then once you find that direction, you can start putting it out, start making it more active. It's like, okay, this is what I want. I want security, or not want, what you need. Okay. I'm going to probably start using those words more, what you want versus what you need. What do you feel is missing? Okay. It's usually in relationships, it's always good to have someone who's a little bit opposite of you, because what is missing from you can be filled in from that other person, and what's missing from that person personality, whatever energy can be filled in with the opposing person, the partner. Okay. So ask yourself, what do you need in a relationship? Not want. Okay. And then the clincher, the card that works and bridges these cards is, and I love this card, is the Four of Bows, celebration. This is to go out. This card pretty much well stands for itself. I did a reading, I guess last week or maybe one of the previous weeks. The person was asking about a relationship, and this card came up, and it was very, very strong. I think this person that I read for had some other bows, so there's a lot of energy. This is a card of celebration. This is what connects this happiness, this joy, this inner emotional outlet that you have. I know that's the right word, but the way that you want to express yourself that's inside. And putting those feelings in a direction. What do you need? What do the emotions need to make you feel more fulfilled? Okay. And this is the connecting card, celebration. It could also be an environment of where you need to be. It's one side of looking at this reading is to go out and intermingle. I know it's hard. I don't know where you are if you're in an area that's in lockdown, but be in an environment that is supportive and everyone is feeling the energy of happiness. They're sharing this. Okay. And this could be the means of where you could potentially find a partner. But again, when you're going in an environment like this, just keep in the back of your mind, okay? Consider what you need. What's going to benefit you by engaging in a particular person? And I can't help but feel, just with the movement of these cards here, with the flow of the vessel, or the flow of the waterfall going into the cups, just like overflowing. The strong, Two of Bows, fiery energy of making that decision, of directing of what you need to have in your life. And also the movement of this. I can't help but think, Marina, if you have fire, if you have some fire, maybe a little bit of water in your chart, because there's a lot of movement going on, and it's not movement of the mind, it's movement of the heart and of the soul, of the body. So I'm just kind of curious about that. So that's how I see this. So it's managing this energy, but I feel the premise of this reading is asking and being honest with yourself. What do you need? And once you feel comfortable with that, and continue expressing who you are, that energy will come to you. You have both fire and water in your chart. Okay. There's just so much movement here. I just felt it. It just happens that there's fire in this card, but the bows relates to fiery energy, lots of movement. So surround yourself with that kind of energy, and you'll find it, and you'll know it. It's and especially fire. I know fire and water are opposing elements, but I think that works well when it comes to having the opposite energy. I believe with with elemental compatibility. I don't know if that's the best way of stating that. Water and earth are compatible, and air and fire are compatible, because air is that oxygen source, for creating the fire. Once you smother the fire, once you take away that oxygen, it's gone. And the same with water for earth. Those are complementary, in a sense, I should say, because water is sustenance. Water gives nutrients to the earth. It keeps it vital. It keeps it going, as well as the sun. The sun is fire energy. It keeps nutrients for the earth, and as well as air, but primarily water. And so I have fire, earth, water, and then some air. That's primarily the amount of energy that I have in my chart. And I'm always drawn to fire because I like movement. I like to be around moving energy. But I'm grateful for the earth, which is my sun sign. That earth influence with the fire, that earth gives that stability. It helps me contain all this energy and to keep it directed instead of just like going out in that direction. So yes, work with those influences that you have there, and again, what you need to bring in. In a way, I feel like you don't have blocks that are going on. We just need to utilize. You have the movement. It's just where to direct it. So I that's probably just a minor block, but I feel that you have all this energy. It's just where to direct it in that sense. So Marina, I hope that makes sense. If I don't see any comments, I start thinking, oh, I don't know if I lost the person and they're uncertain, but I hope that provides some guidance. Once you get that center of what's so important to you, then you can start moving that energy forward. Readings by Arion. Hi, how are you? I just saw a few comments back. Welcome. I don't know if you're here, but you are more than welcome to ask a question. I have one more person to do a reading with, and that's with Aya. Okay. All right, Marina. Thank you. Greatly appreciate it. And welcome. If you've subscribed, welcome to the family here. I'm back every week. I have to figure out which day for next week for my readings. But I will be doing a live on Sunday for Maybon, so feel free to jump in. It's going to be 5:30 Pacific Daylight Time, so hopefully it's not going to be too late for some of you. And I have a very special guest who's going to be a mystery guest until I make the announcement later on this evening. It should show up in the morning. As to who the guest is, someone that I'm very honored and happy to have to help me welcome in Maybon. So that'll be the Sunday on September 19th. Okay, so Aya, let me know if you still want a reading, unless you and Linda have solved each other's questions by just talking to each other. But let me know. I'm more than happy to do your reading. Okay. What messages do my ancestors have for me regarding this void I have been always feeling? Okay. So again, you let me know which deck you'd like me to read with. Okay, here's our first one. This is the Forest of Enchantment. So it's fairy tale-ish. It has some elves, and it has some different characters of that realm. Second question, or I'm sorry, second deck. This is the Wildwood Tarot. You know if you want me to read from this deck. Or Oak, Ash, and Thorn. This deck is all animals. So you let me know, Aya, and then I will do your reading. Thank you for being so patient. Sounds like you and Linda have started a nice friendship, so that's wonderful. Let me know, Aya, which deck, okay? Whatever feels right. Okay. All right, Aya. Let me go. Okay. I'm going to do the Wildwood Tarot. Okay. So this is the deck, Aya, I'm going to be working with for you. Ooh. Had a card fall out, but I put it back in. Let's see if it'll come back into this reading. Hi, Spirit. It's my cat, Spirit. He's out here on the balcony. Hi, sweetheart. Okay. Forward. Okay. Here we go, Aya. Let's see what the guides have to offer. Okay. Let me take a sip of water here. Yes, his name is Spirit. He's very unique. Okay, give me 1 minute, Aya. So this reading that I have here for you, I have one card that's in the major arcana. The other two cards I have here, which I like when I get different elements. I have one in the realm of fire and the other one of cups, water. And they're all in, I'll explain it. I don't want to get too sidetracked. This is an interesting reading because you're asking about your ancestors for guidance. And judging by this first card that I got here for you, if I feel like you're connected and you hold great respect towards your ancestors and trusting in their guidance. First card that I got here for you, I have here is the shaman. So the shaman is equivalent to the magician, but this is of an individual who is the master of their tools. So in the tarot, we have cups, wands, swords, pentacles. This deck, it translates to bows, arrows. I forgot stones and vessels. So with the shaman, this is the communicator who can connect and knows how to work with all those various energies and how to use it in a spiritual direction. So I'm going to move here closer so you could see. Okay, so we have different elements here. We can say this is the wand. We could say this is the sword. We could say this is the cups. And then here, perhaps earth, but incense could relate also to air. But these are the tools that this highly attuned spiritual individual can use. So basically, continue to listen to your ancestors, to the guides. They are there with you. Okay. I'm going to move along because these two other cards I have tie into what you're saying in relation to the shaman. So here is the ancestral guide that's saying that they are there for you and with you. But listen to what they have to say. It's very important. Listen very carefully. Because by not listening and not taking changes that are being hinted or suggested to you, they may feel that this could be disrespectful. And so for people who have very strong ancestral work, if you break that connection or you sever that connection or you don't listen, they will leave, because it's, to them, it's seen as a lack of respect. And that's something that any spiritual entity or guide does not like to have, because this is wisdom, this is knowledge, this is experience that's being shared, and it's cherished, it's valuable. And if someone doesn't see the respect in that, then they move on, because you are not ready to make those changes or to listen. Second card I have here is this more underlying. I have here the Ace of Vessels. So we're looking at emotions, following our intuition, listening, okay? Listening to what has to be said and to follow how our heart feels. Translate what's being expressed through the shaman, through the spirit guides, but process it in a deeper way. Okay. Having a moment of stillness, being in an environment where you can feel connected so that you can listen and process what's being expressed. Okay. So you mentioned about a void, okay? And I think this void is coming from a place where you need to be still and you need to see things from a perspective of feeling things in a different manner. Energy that you normally are used to and assessing on a regular basis needs to be changed. We need to start changing patterns that you may have. And emotionally, let's see things from a different perspective. That's here with the Ace of Vessels. But come from a place to where it is calm. Don't be in an area where you have to make choices and things are just kind of chaotic. It's not going to work. when it comes to taking care of an issue, spiritual issue, emotional issue, you need to stop. You need to just stop and be still and like literally self-assess what's going on. The third card that I have, which is the bridge card, a page of bows. Bows is relating to wands. Okay. This creature is called a stoat, which I believe is from the ferret family. Looks a lot like a ferret, or from that species. And so what's interesting is we have the Ace of Vessels and we have the Page of Bows. So we're starting to see a different perspective, a different way of creating and manifesting energy. Okay, so by coming to this place and addressing issues, facing these fears, facing the unknown, and being honest with yourself, you will start with the Page of Bows. You'll start seeing these patterns and what needs to be changed. Okay, we got to change the direction that we've been doing things. That's how patterns start. Patterns are repetitive actions, thoughts, emotions. You know, you hear sometimes when someone's so predictable because that's how they always react to situations. They become angry, and you hear some people like, oh, they're not going to like this because you know what's going to happen. They're going to get upset, or they're going to cry, or they're going to be elated. That's how some people tend to do the reverse action on something that's negative. They just kind of shut off and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, I can handle this, but they're not really dealing with it. They're just reacting at that moment. So with the Page of Bows here, with this creature, let's move our actions. Let's assess what's going on. Find what is missing. Look for signs too from your ancestors. See what could be causing a rift and causing something that's not allowing you to fill in that space that you feel is missing. There has to be a shift. There has to be a change. No doubt about it, of these cards. And it has to come from the heart. Okay. And it'll hurt, okay, because you'll come to the realization of some things that you really need to remove some of these things that are holding you back. And once you do it, you don't do it all at once, but once you start letting go, releasing, but being in that place of calmness so that you have that openness to understand, you'll start feeling a lightness. Okay. You'll start feeling an awakening of sorts that's going on. And then once you get that realization, it's like, okay, this is where you start making the next step to change the direction of those patterns, or breaking. Patterns need to be broken. Patterns are good to a certain point. But when it's repetitive and actions are still happening and the same thing is going on over and over again, patterns are just that. They're circular, recycled movements going over and over again, but we need a change. So we have to stop. We have to break what's going on that's not allowing you to move forward. I feel this is what our shaman here is saying. Look at the energies of the earth, those influences of the earth, material things, our health. Look at the elements of air, how we think, how we use our intellect, how we reason, how we make choices. Look at the elements of water, how we feel things, how we feel about things, our intuitive side. And of course, wands, how we do our actions. They say actions speak louder than words, so watch how you do things. Watch your behavior, watch your manners. You may think no one's watching, but people are watching. Okay. And that's, with that energy of the bows and wands, of all this movement, you're doing things. You're being active, but some of the actions may not be leading you to anything. You're just doing for the sake of doing. And there has to be a direction when it comes to that. There has to be sense in those actions that you're doing. So let me see here. Okay. Yeah, you said the problem is you don't know what caused the void to begin with. Okay, so that's what I was saying here with the ace of vessels, the ace of water. You need to go back to this place to question. You have to go back to the place to where you may have felt that the shift started happening, where something was missing, something was incomplete. Okay. And, you're saying you can't recall, but it may not be so much up here, Aya. It could be more from the heart. So start addressing things not so much from the mind, but from the heart. What do you feel could have caused that void? Start thinking back. Doing for the sake of damn. I wasn't calling you out, but we do things for the sake of just doing because it's what we do naturally. It's just like social media. People just constantly post things because they have to post. Where's it leading to? If you have a business, then that makes sense, because if you're posting to promote, the whole thing of promotion is to create growth and success in the business, I have recently lost my father. I'm sorry. And after okay. Then I think you're answering some of your own questions, right? Okay. Well, it could be related to issues of relationship. Okay. When you have a loss like that, that's already going on, and you already have a void, again, you have to go back to it, because if you feel that void has grown more with the passing of people close to you, that's probably where it's coming from. There's something regarding how you do relationships that's missing. Does that make sense? Because your grandfather and your father, those are relationships. Okay. And if the void seemed even more, there's something related to that. Something I would feel relating to relationships. And that's what I see with the Ace of Vessels. Going back to the beginnings and being honest with yourself in that sense. Joya, hi, how are you? Yes, Joya, you can ask a question. And I think I will have you be the last question. I think I had someone else, but they didn't. Let me see here. Someone asked earlier. Bear with me. Let me see here. Okay. I thought I saw someone ask a question earlier, and I don't see it here. I have experienced something weird, though. I was sitting alone. I spotted something literally walk towards me like a spirit or something. I'm not quite sure if that's possible. Anything's possible. Anything is definitely possible. But again, those could be forms of energy that's coming to you. Just like previously, the reading that I was doing for the person who was feeling the presence or saw the presence of of male energy inside her home. So anything's possible. It's just how to address those situations. Okay. Oh, now everyone's coming. I'm going to do, let's see here. I am going to do just 2 more readings. Okay. Well, actually, no, hang on a second. Hang on. Let me see time-wise. Let me see what I have here. Hang on one second. So I hope that makes sense. And I feel by you talking to Linda, she was a great big sister or mom. I don't know the ages of both of you, to kind of work with the conflict that you may be having. So it's wonderful. I'm happy you two met. That's excellent. Because then you have someone outside of a reading that you can express some feedback with. So I think that's wonderful. Okay, let me see what I have here. You okay, Spirit? Okay. So let me see here. I have Chevenet Singh. Hi, Chevenet. Thanks for joining. Sivla Renee. Sivla Renee, I don't do yes or no questions. My questions are specific. Let's see. Joya, I have a problem from a woman. I want to know how she can be so mean. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Yes. I'm sorry, Sivla Renee. My readings are very specific, and I don't do any yes or no questions. You're more than welcome to hang out, though, but my questions are very specific. And I have people who, when they ask questions, I make sure that they need to understand there's no predictive readings, like what does someone think about me, or is this person cheating on me? Am I going to get a job? So on and so forth. These questions that I answer are specific more towards how you, the individual, can change for you to take power of the question that you're asking. So I tell people to consider what you can do about the situation and how you can manage it. Okay, how you can change the situation. And so those are the best questions that I can answer, because then it becomes more specific instead of something just very general. Let me see here. Aya, you are so welcome. Thank you so much. So feel free to keep in touch. Let us know how things are going. I'll be back next week again to do readings, so feel free just to check in. So that works out. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat. Okay, so I have Joya, Sivla Renee, and then Chevenet Singh. Okay, so Joya, I'll do Joya next, then Sivla, and then Chevenet. Chevenet, you're going to be the last reading. So anyone who's watching, no more readings. I've been on here for about 2.5 hours. So I start early because our days are getting shorter. And so I tend to have things to do after my reading. So I'm bumping everything up earlier. Thank you, Aya. Thank you. I hope you can make it on Sunday for the live if you're interested. If not, totally fine. So I'm going to put a post here that readings are closed. And also for those of you who are interested in doing readings, me doing a reading, I accept donations. So donations are greatly appreciated. They are not forced upon, but if you feel the reading that I've done for you was of I'm losing my words, sorry, was of guidance for you, feel free to leave a donation. But again, there's no pressure whatsoever. Feel free to subscribe, follow, let other people know about this channel too. Spread the word around because I'm slowly building it up, and the more the merrier. It would be wonderful. Aya, you take care, okay? Thank you so much. So, Joya, you are asking about, I want to know my energy in her case. Okay, so Joya, let's see here. Joya, let me know if you're still here. I'll do a three name call out. Let me know if you're here. If not, I'm going to go on to the next reading. Okay. So Joya, second calling. Okay, good. I just want to be fair. Okay, hang on one second. Let me put this up here. Thank you. Oh, I love that heart. Heart with a cross. I haven't seen that one before. I like that one. Bear with me. Please, your support. I'm typing out a message here. Greatly, greatly welcome. So the last three that I'm doing the readings for, if you see someone else who comes in and they ask for a reading, I'm going to post this right now. Could you let whoever comes in after Shivane sing, let them know that readings are closed? There you go. So that people can see that. Yeah, it does look like the Sacred Heart, which I think it is. I think that's one rendition of the heart itself. Okay, so Joya, you want to know, so regarding your question, you want to know about the energy. You want to know about how you should work your energy with this person. Let me know if that's the way that I'm reading the question. And also, you get to choose from 3 decks. Okay, I have this deck. Okay, so you let me know which deck you want me to read from. I have this deck. And everyone else too, Sivla and Shivane, look at these cards and consider which deck you would like me to read from, or this one. Okay, Joya, let me know. And actually, you know, because I've been reading already for over 2 hours, let me take a quick break and I will get to these readings here, okay? But Joya, just clarify that question for me. I'm going to feed my kitty, and then I'm going to come right back. So I'll just take a minute. And if you can't stay, just let me know, okay? All right, let me see if the energy that is helping you. Okay. All right. And so Joya, which deck do you want me to work with? Let me know which deck and I'll be right back, okay? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for waiting. So sorry. Okay, so all right, I thank you again. Joya, I'm not using the rider weight. So here, let me just show you. Okay, this one, or this one. Okay. Second. Okay, you got it. Let's see here. I want to know what energies are helping me if I'm facing her issue. Okay. All right, Joya. Here we go. This deck is all animals. So let's see what the guides have to say to you regarding this situation. Joya. Conflict energies. Okay, Sivla, I saw your message. All right, let's see what we have here. Wow. Okay, so Joya, I got 3 cards here. 2 of them are in the major arcana. So with the major arcana, we've got to pay attention to these energies because these major arcana archetypes are key guides to your situation. And then the other card that I got here is in the realm of the pentacles of earth. So right off the bat, this is a wonderful start to your reading. I got the Temperance card. Okay. So with Temperance, what we're seeing here is just that. We really need to look at this situation from your perspective and also the other person's perspective. I think the energies here that would be of guidance to you is just that, seeing both sides of the situation, the negative and the positive, and how to address going into the situation to try not to push the other person, give the person that I feel when people have conflict with and they're trying to resolve the situation with that person is you got to give them space. The more you keep asking questions or the more action you put towards that person, then they're going to probably push back even more. I think by creating the Temperance, by moving back a little bit and just creating a little bit of, hopefully, a form of stability and balance in the situation so that it can sort of ease itself will be good. So with the Temperance card, especially when it comes to conflict, someone is going to have to make a move back. The only way you can deal with conflict is the situation. Either someone has to concede, that's what I was looking for, move back, they have to concede, or secondly, the energy will just keep going back and forth until it actually exhausts itself. Okay, but in this case here, we're seeing equilibrium of space, so that excess energy, the conflicting energy, can move around in its own way. Second card that I have here for you is, that's why the Temperance is here. Second card that I have here for you This is more the underlying issue, is the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so here with the pages, we're seeing a new way of addressing the situation. And Pentacles deals with material things that we invest in, things that are value, our own well-being. And I feel with this card here, this is a good sign of seeing how much do you want to invest in this? Is this going to be worth it for you? You have to consider that, when it comes to conflict. Is it something that by putting the time, the energy into this, do you feel that maybe you may get a benefit from it? What's the most important thing that you could see in this particular situation, that if you were to continue moving forward or move in a different perspective, what do you think you may get out of it? Where do you think you can grow from this? Okay. Third card, I have the Empress. Okay. So the Empress is the energy of someone who is nurturing, someone that is compassionate, someone that, this is the card that connects these two energies. Okay. Temperance and the Empress can go together very, very well. Planetarily, this is Venus and Jupiter. And so these are both different perspectives of, this is fire and this is earth for the planetaries, different ways of accumulating abundance, accumulating growth. But here with the Empress, we're seeing more of a card that people have respect for because of the nurturing aspect, the compassionate. Person who is creative knows how to work with the sources that are around them and to make it to their benefit. That's what's important here with the Empress. So I'm feeling with these three cards here is, this is leaning more in your favor. You don't want to be taken advantage of if you continue moving forward and going in such a way that you feel that you're giving more than receiving. Friendships have to go both ways, as well as any form of relationship. It has to be reciprocal. You're giving something and you're getting something back. If one of the parties is just continually giving, which could represent with the Empress here, and specifically with the rabbit, the hare, and the same here, how much do you want to give of yourself? If you feel that you're in a place right now that you're secure and safe and you want to keep it like that, that's where you have to consider, taking a chance and making a further investment in this. Oh, she took your possessions and important things. Okay. I think these two cards in particular speak very strongly. Okay. There's a side of you that potentially this other person saw, that maybe they found a situation. It's like, oh, this person's really kind. Let me take, in a subtle way, like it's something that over time you realize that this person took more than they gave. And for the most part, it's not healthy to be in that situation. This is where you need to be. Okay. Let's create this balance. Ashna Manu, hi. We need to create this balance. Okay. And hold value for yourself. That is so important. Okay, Joya? It is so important. Okay. Pentacles, again, value, investment. material, but also inside yourself. How do you value yourself? Okay. You already saw the temperance card, so I think you already know what actions need to be done. Okay. And you missed earlier, but I'm not going to say this is my motto. You're so welcome, Joya. You take care of yourself. Don't worry about anybody else. It's kind of hard for people who have families to hear that, because, you know, their responsibility is to their family more so than to themselves. But ultimately, when there's challenges and whatnot, there has to be a concession. And that involves taking a step back and taking chances, taking risks, taking losses just to move forward. Okay. You're welcome, Joya. Thank you for coming in, joining. I hope you subscribed. If not, no pressure, but feel free to keep in touch. Let me know how things work out, and let people know about this channel if you felt it was beneficial. And yeah, hit the notification bell so you can keep in touch. And I'd love to hear how things are going. Okay, but remember, keep you in mind. Okay, what is in your best interest? When people are smarter than you and all you have is faith. Faith is what holds us, but you can't lose that. Faith is part of who we are. Faith is part of our belief in ourselves. Faith is, you know, putting that trust in things, but it is until something happens, until we get taken advantage of. And that's how we learn. We learn from our past. We learn from those actions. So it's hard, but we have to learn the hard way, you know, fall down, hurt ourselves. Very important. Okay. All right, Joya. Thank you so much. Okay. If you'd like to leave a donation, feel free to do so. All the information's in the description. It's through PayPal. If not, there's no pressure. Okay. Thank you again. Ashna Manu. One of the best names that I love saying. Ashna Manu is just a wonderful name. Told by a psychic that my marriage will end in 2 years and it's bothering me. Ash, no. Yeah, I'm wrapping it up. I've been on for now almost 3 hours, and so I'm down to my last 2 readings. If you want to wait till next week, Ashna, that's fine. And just be careful with the psychics. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Just be careful with the psychics. But hang tight, Ashna Manu, if you want to chat, but I am going to be wrapping it up soon. I have Sivla Renee next. Let's see here. She said that she won't be there. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, Ashna, if you came in earlier. But I'm doing a live on Sunday. It won't be readings. It won't be public readings, but it's to welcome in Mabon, the autumn equinox, which takes place next Wednesday. So hit the reminder bell and you'll see it's going to be 5:30 on Sunday, Pacific Daylight Time. So almost around this time on Sunday. Okay, and Shiva Singh, yes, you're going to be the last reading. So I haven't forgotten. Okay. Sivla Renee, would it be specific to ask what my spirit guides need me to hear right now? I've been getting a lot of messages. Ashna Manu? Oh, it's your Monday. Okay. If you can make it and just hang out, fine. If not, I'll be back, next week. I'm not sure what day though, because next week is a busy it's a busy week. We have the full moon, we have Mabon, and I have to work also as well. So I don't know which day. Oh, and then Friday, I have to go to an event out of town. So I'll figure it out. Thank you, Ashna Manu. I'm happy I make you happy. Let's see. I've been getting a lot of messages lately, and I see readings that resonate a lot and start to come true when I see signs. You don't get, yeah, that's happened before. I've hit the notifications for some readings and I missed them. So, but just if you can, Sunday, 5:30 my time, Pacific Daylight Time, if you want to translate it to wherever you are, if you can make it, that would be great. Okay. Yeah, you may just want to write it down. Okay, so Sivla Renee. Okay, I'm going to go through this a little bit quicker, just for time's sake. I want you to choose the deck you want me to read from. This one? This one? I think you saw one. You said it was very pretty. I'm not sure which one. Or this one. Okay. And also, Shivna Singh, let me know too which deck that you'd be interested in having me read for you. Okay. So Sivla Renee, let me know. And we'll see what the spirit guides have to say. You want the owl deck. Okay. And that's the Forest of Enchantment deck, if you're curious. Okay. Yes, you did say the owl. Okay, so let's see here. This is more of a fairy tale themed deck. So let's see what we have here. Okay, here we go. Okay, spirit guides for Sivla Renee. Spirit guides. What does Sivla Renee need to hear from you for guidance? Okay, here we go. Sivla Renee. Sivla Renee. I'm sorry, it's not your reading. I just had the word pizza come into my head. I do have pizza in the freezer, so I think I'm gonna have pizza tonight. Why pizza came in. Spirit guides want me to tell you that I'm gonna have pizza tonight. Okay, so we got twos. So I have 3 cards here. 1 card related to the court card. Sorry, I'm stretching. And the 2 other cards I have here deals with wands and of swords. Oh, Kayla. Okay, Kayla, sure. I will address you as Kayla. But we got here the number 2, so we're looking at balance here. Okay, so the first card I have here for you, Kayla, is, got here, Child of Spells. Again, this is wands. So as we see here, in the court cards, especially in the pages, which is the child is associated with, we're seeing a new way. The pages I always associate with aces, but the energy is different. The aces are of new beginnings, but here, this is the actual energy of the person and how to address the situation. So with the Child of Spells, we're seeing a new way to direct this energy. Okay. Whatever you are focusing on, whatever your intention is, take it from a fresh perspective. Things have been happening, things are shifting. And I feel what's really important here is to really, when it comes to taking the next step, and whatever your intention is, whatever you're working on, take it something new. Let's say you are currently working on something, and maybe there's something stagnant. The way to move stagnant energy is to actually see it, change the perspective, change the energy force of how you've been doing or moving towards this endeavor. Put a little bit of a wave in it. And this is what we see here, okay? But do it from a clear point of view. Do something completely different. And that will activate this energy in a way that you can start feeling that things are starting to move. We have the two other cards to explore, but that's the premise. We have the individual holding the wand very, very lightly, not like stern and ready, but just building up with an excitement of what could come ahead. I'm going to move forward here. We see like the little bit of fairy dust or energy that's coming from here. So this shows the energy that you're ready. You're ready to do and create something very magical, something very unique. And this is the best place to start from, but with a different perspective. Hello, Yasra. How are you? I'm actually done with readings, just to let you know, but you're more than welcome to listen. The second card that I have here, okay, so this is our first of the two cards. We have this card and the other card, they're both with two. So we're looking at balance here. Here we have the Two of Challenges, which relates to the Two of Swords. But again, in this deck, the Force of Enchantment, the suits are renamed. Okay, so they don't follow so much with the perspective of the tools, but the energies that we're coming across. So here with the Two of Challenges, we're seeing obviously the reflection of oneself, but it's also how we perceive ourselves, how we perceive a certain situation, and the reasoning that we've put into it, the choices that we've made to get to that point. Okay, this is in a way of asking oneself, how did I get here? What needs to be done so I could get clarity? What's holding me back? And by looking at yourself, this is more inside. This card relates more of the subconscious realm of how things are done. Ask yourself, again, perception, what can you do to change the way that things have been going? Okay, so here we have the energy, of starting something new. And here is our perception of what we would ideally like to get to with our goals, but also facing any issues that may come along with it. But addressing this is like thinking ahead and addressing what could come from that. Now, the card that I have here is the bridge. This card that I'm going to show you connects this with this. Okay. How do we get from here to here? Even though they're different elements, they're different energy sources. Somewhere along the journey, there is a challenge that came in, and you have to look upon yourself on how you perceived something that you thought was going to happen, and it didn't work out that way. You have to address that. Okay, so the connecting card is the Two of Spells. Okay. And here we have the Court card. Okay. So with this being the connecting, the bridge card between these two cards, this card can almost provide foresight to potentially avoid any challenges that may come along the way while this energy is coming up. It's not to completely avoid it, but how to handle. Oops. Flying cards. How to better address this situation. Okay. So with the Two of Wands, we're looking at, I'm going to hold this up, how you put out this energy. Is this energy done in good intention? Was this energy done, I'm not going to say maliciously, but was the energy put out carelessly? Did you put effort into the energy that was put out so that you can get a potential good outcome? Okay, challenges will happen. Okay, but if we are mindful of the direction that we put our energy and how we use this tool, okay, start envisioning where you want these energies to go and stay true to it. You have to be honest. You have to be direct with these tools that are given to you, these energy sources that are available to you. Do not take advantage of these. And that's the problem when it comes to energy sources of water, earth, air, fire. We are all access to those energies, but it's how we use it. You follow? And if we just do it like that without any idea, some people are carefree. They're like, let me just do it and whatever happens, happens. Okay, that's fine. That's chance. And you have to take responsibility of whatever happens. If it ends up being bad, you have to be held accountable. So just be mindful of how. Look at your sources. Look at the tools that you have. How are you going to utilize those sources so that you can get to where you want to be in a good fashion, in a manner that will provide less challenges. It's not guaranteed that you're not going to have any issues, but that you can better face them, okay, and be better prepared for it. So I'm not saying you're putting your energy out carelessly. These cards are saying to be mindful of that, okay? Look at what actions, if you are focused on something right now, Kayla, look at what's been done so far. Okay, I don't know what exactly is going on, but look at what's been done so far. Okay, have you been happy with any results, or are you not getting any results thus far? And if not, if nothing's moving the way that it is, or if nothing's moving, period, change it. Okay. And that's why with the Two of Challenges, when you start putting that energy out, put it with a set direction, because if you put something that is done with no effort, carelessly, with not being mindful, you're not guaranteed that something's going to happen the way it is. It's just going to happen the way it is going to happen. And if the outcome ends up being negative, you have to take responsibility for it. So basically, this is like being held accountable for your actions, okay? And the way to avoid any potential negative outcome is potential negative. Not that it can happen, but if it does, be prepared for it. Okay, you've been questioning. Yeah, so stop and take a moment and just see, what's holding you back. You may have missed something along the way. especially if there's a lot involved in healing and trying to rectify certain things. You could be putting a lot of coals into the fire when it's just best to, don't go get overwhelmed. Focus on what's the priority, what needs to be taken care of. You see what I'm saying? What's the most important thing? Some people say, oh, well, it's all important. They're all entwined. Not really when you get to the crux of it. If you look at all these, let's say you have 3 things that are going on, they're all important, they all relate to each other. If you break those things down, you will find where one aspect of those situations is actually the key of what could be holding you back. And that's what you need to work on. So just break it down like that. And then you can see where, by being honest with yourself, don't fool yourself. You can start getting some insight as to what the issue could be. Okay, so just kind of look at where things have been going, but also to be more confident and work. Yeah, I mean, it starts from within, okay? And I mentioned earlier, don't do the actions for the sake of just doing it. There has to have a purpose. There has to be an intent, and that intent comes from here. If you're doing things, like the flip of a hand, there's no intent. There's no effort being done into it. So when people do this, whatever, I've done it before. You got to be careful. You got to be careful because just that action is almost like a careless magic move, right? So just be mindful of that. That's all I'm saying. Okay, Kayla? So just see how that happens. It's like, the stuff takes time. And let me know how things come along, okay? We're here for everyone, so feel free to come back. And let us know. But again, it starts with you, okay? The guides from the tarot are just that. It's ultimately how you take this energy and what you do with it. What magic, what power can you put towards what you want to do? Okay. Okay, Sivla. Kayla. I keep seeing Sivla Renee. Thank you, Kayla. Okay, I hope that opened a little bit of insight for you. Okay, one more. Shivna Singh, let me know if you are here. I got to wind this up. I am getting very tired because I've been doing this nonstop here, with the exception of that little break. Okay. So Shivana Singh, let me know if you're here. And again, Kayla, thank you so much. And feel free to leave a donation if you can. All the information's in the description box. If not, subscribe. And let me know how things go. Okay. All right. Shivane Singh, we are here. You are the last reading. Thank you. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you so much. Okay, I hope to see you again soon. Internet-wise, see you again. You want the deck with the trees. Okay. Is it this one? Shivane Singh? Let me know if it's this one. No problem, Kayla. Thank you so much. I enjoy doing this. I really do. But I do need to take a break. Kayla, that's totally fine. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yes. Okay, perfect. What should I know about myself that I may be missing or resisting in healing my heart, not just in romance, but truly? Okay, beautiful stated question. I'm happy that a few people are understanding how to phrase a question because it comes down to them, not to the other party involved. It's very important. Okay, so let's see for your heart. What is missing? And actually, what's interesting is that when it comes to romance and people are like, I can't find the person that I'm looking for or that I want to have or I need to have. And ultimately, the person's there, but what it is it's what's missing in that individual's heart, the seeker. What is missing in the seeker? Because if you're not looking or you're not finding the person that you're looking for, there's something missing here. And so that once you find that, then you'll start seeing out of the ordinary that your heart's open and you start putting out a certain kind of energy, and that energy gets picked up by that person because you're ready. Your heart is open, it is receptive. Okay, so okay. Well, I seem to have there's been quite a connection today with people. Shivane and Kayla, that's wonderful. And then I had Linda and I think it was not Ange. I forgot her name. The two of them were going back and forth in the conversation. So this is the beauty of the chat, You can exchange feedback with other people. Okay, here we go. Shivane Singh. Heart. I have my Animal Spirit Oracle deck here, and I've done this like 2 or 3 other times where I wanted to pull a card from this deck and it didn't come out to me. Okay, so let's see here. Shivane Singh. 542. Okay, here we go. Matters of the heart. Aya, correct. Thank you, Kayla. It was Aya. I love this deck. It's this deck. I so love this deck. I waited a few years, and then the deck finally said, "Buy me now, get me now." I have messages to share, and boy, has it ever been. It has been wonderful. It's a very, very unique deck. It's energy. Okay, so Shivane Singh. I got 3 cards. 2 of them are in line with vessels. It deals with the cups, the water emotions. And then I have 1 card that is the major arcana. So for those who know the tarot, major arcana is very important in a reading. It's an archetypal message just to pay close attention to. I will get to that card in a moment. First card I have here for you is have the 5 of Vessels, ecstasy. Okay. So I'm not going to say that you're missing or resisting ecstasy, but here we're seeing a release. 5 of Cups, 5 of Vessels. We are the vessel. We are what holds our emotions and how we work through them, with them, our intuition, how we follow it, how we listen, how we not listen to it. You almost called this out before I actually turned over the card. This is being of receptivity of the heart and also intuition. Okay. Again, um, it's opening up a little bit more. We may feel open to some things, but sometimes we could be protective with our heart. We're open, but we're only open to a certain level. If we open up the valve and fully release, you will feel that connection more so to what is meaningful in your heart. Okay. It's almost like taking a chance. Here, I'll move this card forward. Of just fully letting go. Think about a moment where you've just felt complete bliss. Everything just fell into place. When you have that moment of bliss, everything is open. All channels, all the chakras are open. Everything is in alignment. Fire, air, water, earth is in alignment. I'm going to point to you here. This pentacle. Well, actually, let me do this here. Okay. The circle is the spirit. Well, the top part is the spirit, but the circle entwines the entire soul. It's the connection of these elements and the spirit or ether. Once this is all in balance and it's all contained, this is the meaning of the pentacle. It is the containment and the balance and the power that we have with all of these energies. And I'm sorry, I'm not enticing you. This isn't witchcraft or anything like that, but just the meaning of these energy sources within the pentacle and the circle itself. And that's what we're feeling here. We're feeling that connection to everything. But it's the center of it is here. We feel that balance and that release. Another way of doing this is also building it up, doing things that lifts up those vibrations, that lifts up that energy level in such a way that you're like, people go to sweat lodges, they release, they do things to kind of build up that excitement, that inner energy force. But this is, again, to move the emotions. Second card, and this is beautiful because of your question that you're stating. Here is the Two of Vessels. Okay. Ideally, the Two of Cups, but here we're seeing the balance of the masculine and the feminine, the light and the dark, the yin and the yang, the opposites, and it's that joining, it's that union. It's the feeling that we get. Okay, this doesn't, and I want to emphasize this, the Two of Cups doesn't necessarily have to mean a relationship. The same with the Lovers. The Lovers can also be a relationship within yourself. Spiritually, this can also relate spiritually as well, depending on the layout. We got cards that came up with like the Lovers, the Two of Cups, or Two of Vessels, Five of Vessels, everything that's leaning towards like, oh yeah, a relationship is really starting to bloom, then that would be more in that realm. But here we're seeing the understanding of opposite energies. This is what we're made up of. Okay, and we have the burning heart, heart of desire. It's like and this is such a beautiful card in relation to like they're connecting soul, body, soul, mind, emotions, and it's coming out of their hands into the cup. But it's being recirculated when you think about it. It goes around. And in a sense, they're almost forming a heart of their body position with the arms being down, being the point of the heart. They're channeling this energy. It's fire. It's what's the word I'm thinking of? It's mutual. It's agreed upon. So this can also channel the spiritual side of ourselves. Okay. The excitement. You see people who get so excited about their spiritual practice. They love the relationship they have. Some people say, "Oh, I love the relationship I have with myself. I'm in such a great place." And some people are like, "What are you talking about? Relationship with yourself? What is that?" Only people who have gone through that experience understand that. And so we're seeing here, we got the keyword of attraction. What are those sources? These are the sources. These are the energy forces that we could bring in. Filling in those empty pockets that we may have. What are we missing here? We were appreciating the sacred heart. Yes, I did. That did pop into my head. It's a sign. It's a sign. And this is just a general opinion. I'm feeling from this time onward, from Mabon to right into the winter season, I feel people's relationships, more on the intimate level, they're going to be shifting. I think the relationships that people are in, especially ones that are new, I think they're going to be experiencing. This isn't for specific people. This is just in general what I'm feeling. They're going to be experiencing a shift, and I feel that newer relationships are probably going to become a little bit more deep. They're going to be more connective with their partners. But anyhow, let me get to the last card so I can wind up here. I'm sorry to rush through it. This is the card that connects these two cards. The Five of Vessels, manifesting that energy. And the Two of Vessels. It's the world. Oh, I'm sorry, it's the wheel. The Wheel of Fortune. And here what's interesting too is we're dealing with balance. We have the energies of night going inward. And then we have the conscious, and I always say that conscious and subconscious are inner and outer realms. But also the wheel is known as the card of karma, actions that have taken place in the past. What have we learned from them? How the lessons that we've learned, how can they be applied to our situation? In some decks, the Wheel of Fortune, but here it's just the wheel. It deals with abundance, how we bring things that are of necessity to us, things that are of importance. And I like here how we see this shirt with the wheel on it, and it's on this, I forgot the name of these, like a weaving machine. We're seeing this energy here, balancing these two realms. What actions have we done in the past and how they represent who we are now? Something to take into consideration when it comes to working with these energies and matters of the heart. Okay. Think about anything, Shivane, that may have happened in the past. Okay. That may hold still not regret, but there may be some issues that need to be worked on. That can also open up the avenues to where you can actually truly appreciate what's going on, feel what is most important, releasing, when we deal with karma, and I tell people this, karma never goes away. We may make peace with it and move on, and, like I said, be fine with it, but it's still there. There's always residual there. There'll always be in the subconscious something that we'll still remember. We let go of it, but we still remember what's happened. So that's what I see here. Let's just let's be more expressive. Okay. Truly let go. whatever happens, okay, welcome in the energy, and have that connection, between the hearts. Here's another concept: as above, so below. We're seeing the two energy forces here, masculine and feminine energy, night and day. Let's work with this, okay? This is the bridge card. This again connects the two of vessels and the five of vessels. Okay. Almost 6 o'clock. Thank you. Beautiful beyond words reading. Almost teared up, honestly. Your insight and advice is more helpful than you can know. Thank you, but please remember, this is work. This is guidance for you to do. Okay, so everyone, be the best that you can be. But let's make progress. Let's not hinder. Let's not hold back. We may second guess ourselves at time, and that's fine temporarily, but we need to move on. Don't get stuck in that rut of just being lost and not doing anything. We got to make changes, takes actions, and it takes motivation, and it takes self-belief. Okay, so I think Shivane, you know where to go with this. I've said this before for another reader. It's like you understand that there is something that is missing or lacking, and it's just a matter of being more receptive and trusting of what could happen. And it's hard, right? Emotionally, who wants to take risks and not know what's going to happen? But you have to build that strength from within, and what they say, just jump in and experience what happens at that moment, and work through it at that time, good or bad. And that in turn strengthens the soul and empowers you to do things in ways that maybe you never saw that you were capable of doing, because you challenged your own self. It's amazing how that works. And when it works, it's wonderful. All righty. Shivane Singh, thank you so much. I'm going to do my signing off of thank yous to everyone. I know everyone has pretty much all left. I just have a few people who are watching, but feel free to subscribe, Shivane. Keep in touch. Again, I'm back next week. I have my live on Sunday for Maybon. So thank you, everyone. Kayla, thank you so much for having me do your reading. Thank you for joining and being part of the chat here. Shivane, thank you as well again. Joya, thank you so much for checking in. Ashna Manu, I'm sorry you came in late, but I hope I will be seeing you again soon. I love having you on here as well as everyone else. Let's see here. I have to scroll back as far as I can because I know the chat cuts off. Mel, thank you so much for checking in and being supportive. Aya, thank you again. Wonderful to meet you, and I hope things do work out for you. Trust in your instincts and your spirit guides. Linda, of course, thank you so much for being here and showing support for the channel and for everyone else. Let's see who else I have here. Joya. I have a lot of people long conversation. Marina, thank you so much as well for having me do your reading. I wish you all the best. Feel free to come back. Readings by Ariane, I think just popped in and popped out, but I hope you come back again. Ange, thank you so much for moderating and helping out. Greatly appreciate it. Solen popped in and popped out again, but thank you for coming in. Gerald, yes, Gerald, thank you so much for coming in and listening. And happy belated Virgo birthdays to Ange and to Jonathan and to Mel. Nancy, thank you so much. I hope things are okay at home. And let me see. Wow, this is going on for quite some time. Let me see. That's it. I know there's some more people who came in earlier, and I can't remember the names. But thank you, everyone, Jonathan, as well, for coming in. I will see you all hopefully this weekend. Hit the reminder bell if you want to take part and listen to my Mabon discussion with my very special guest, who is secret until I post it on for this evening. And you'll see all the information for when it starts. It'll be this Sunday, doing a special live to welcome in the Mabon autumn equinox season. And then I'm back next week. I also do Mystic Moon Mondays on Monday, but I will talk about that on Sunday when I do the readings. Everyone have a wonderful night. Appreciate everyone's support. Be safe out there, and I will see you again soon. Thank you so much.